All right, so this week we are working on remembering the properties of exponents or the rules of exponents, laws and rules of exponents. So with numbers, the multiplication property says that when you multiply the same base, you add the exponent. So the same base, this is 3 and 3. In this case, you're going to be adding 3. So it's 3 plus 8. So your answer will be 3 to the power of 11. Okay. All right. So the same thing happens with variables. So x and x, that's x, and then that's 2 plus 10. So x to the 12th power. So in this case, we have different type of things here. So we count how many. So we have 2. We just multiply the numbers here. 2 times 4, that's 8. We count how many x's here. So that's 2 x's, and then 3 x's, that's x to the 5th power. And then we have 1y, and we have 5 y's here. So that's y to the 6th power. Okay, so notice how I added all the exponents here, and then, but I have to multiply the coefficients. All right, so what about here with numbers? So the power property says that when you have a power raised to a power, you multiply the powers. You have the same base. So in this case, it would be 5, 3 times 4, which is 5 to the 12th power. So in this case, we added, in this case, we multiply. So that's 3 times 11. So that's y times 3 times 11. Whoops, that's not 10. And then that's y to the 33 power. And then here we have this 4. We have to distribute this 4 in each of the terms here inside the parentheses. So we have 6 to the power of 4. We have x, and then multiply 4 times 4. That is 16. Y, and then 4 times 8, that is 32, and then c to the power of 4. So you have to simplify that. So that's 6 to the power of 4. You can use a calculator. 6 to the power of 4. Let's see how much that is. 6 to the power of 4. That's 1,296. X to the 16th power, y to the 32, and z to the 4. So that's the answer there. All right, that's a lot of going on, but we should just remember this then. All right, so here, division property. In the division property, you subtract the top exponent minus the bottom exponent. So that means 12 minus 5 will give you that answer. So that's 3, 12 minus 5, that is, remember, it's with the same base, right, in this case. So that's 7. Same base, we have y's with variables, so 17 minus 6. So y, 17 minus 6, that is 11, so y to the 11th power. And then here we have to simplify the numbers. So if we simplify, we get 1 over 3. And then 10 minus x, that would be x to the 6th power. And I'm done. All right. So then a couple more things. So we have the zero property says any number raised to the 0 power equals 1. So anything equals to its raised to the 0 power is always going to be 1. So guess what? This is the easiest one. 1, answer here is 1, and the answer here is 1, and the answer here is 1. Why? Because this is all this inside is raised to the 0 power, and all this inside is raised to the 0 power. Now, oops, I messed up on this one. Check it out. You got to look. So all this inside is raised to the 0 power. So that means that 3 times 1, that is 3. Because the 3 is outside the parentheses. Nice catch, huh? All right, so we have the negative exponent property. When the negative, you have a negative exponent, you put it under a 1, it becomes positive. But if you have a 1 under, and then you have something on the bottom with a negative exponent, you have to do the inverse, the opposite. You put it, you take out the 1 then, and then it becomes just a regular exponent here, like non-negative exponent. So to answer this, that would be 1 over 3 to the 4th power. Now it becomes positive. And then we just simplify that in 3 times 3 times, so that's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 4 times. So 3, 4 times is what? Let's see. 4 is 81. Okay, and then the same thing here, 1 over x to the 6th power, and we leave it like that because we don't have the value for x. And then here we simplify. So 16 divided by 2, the numbers are 8, and then the 10 goes on the bottom, so 8 x to the 10th power and x to the 2 power. And now we simplify because this was put on the bottom to become positive and this was put on the top to become positive. Now 2 minus 10, that's negative 8. So I have 8 and then x to the 8th power. Because I want it to be positive, I put it on the bottom. And then you simplify. So that's my answer right there. All right, guys, I hope this is just a review and this helps you remember.